your blooming health today, Mrs. Slocum?
Well, this country air agrees with me, Miss Brahms. Between you and me, I've left off my foundation.
Oh.
It's given my skin a chance to breathe.
Country air certainly perked Mr. Humphreys up.
Oh, I think it's that young girl, Mavis.
Yes, she's a simple child, but she seems devoted to him.
Probably makes a change from all those rough village boys that hang round outside the pub. Try to have a kiss and cuddle with anyone that goes by.
Which pub is that?
The Four Ferrets. Miss Brahms and I popped in yesterday after your trial. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. These jukebox things they have ruin the atmosphere of a coaching inn.
Well, you went and pressed the button for Love Me Tender, Love Me True.
Quite by accident, with my elbow, as I was avoiding the barmaid's bosom as she pushed by with 2 pints of pig's eye scrumpy.
What on earth is that?
Something which wipes out the memory of ever having ordered it.
Yeah, you want to stay out that public bar and all, full of those farm workers. Oh, I had to go through there to go to the loo, and there was rough hands all over me.
Oh, thank you for warning me, Miss Brahms. I hate that sort of thing. Is that the pub on the corner?
That's the one.
Oh, it looks quite nice from outside.
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Lovelock.
Good morning, Captain Peacock. Someone's hogged all the hot water this morning.
Really? How selfish of them.
Off on your bike, are you?
I promised to exercise Sir Robert's hunter. I'll be back in about an hour. Take any messages for me?
Oh, yes, madam.
That one gets right up my nose.
Mr. Grace probably spoilt her a bit. Older men frequently do.
So we've noticed.
Been doing your keep fit, Mr. Humphreys?
Oh, yeah, I've been out for 4 hours. Mavis has had me in the vegetable patch. Picking peas for the pea soup. Do you know, I shelled £5 before breakfast this morning. It is wonderful. They come in little packets like that. You just pop the end open and open them up, and there they are. No additives, no ease, no artificial colouring. Just a lot of little green bugs munching.
I think I'll skip the pea soup.
Ah, now you're all there, we must have a meeting. Are you free, Captain Peacock?
Yes, at the moment.
Mrs. Slocum, Miss Brahms?
Yes, we are free.
Mr. Humphreys, are you
I'm free.
Now, I have a rather serious matter to discuss.
Oh, before you start, Mr. Rumbold, may I have an understanding regarding the bath water? When I performed my ablutions this morning, I got 3 inches of hot and about 2 foot of tepid.
Yes, well, the baths are very big here, and people have been overindulging.
Oh, you're right there. Captain Peacock was in there for hours this morning. It was all steam coming out the keyhole.
I hope you weren't looking through it, Miss Brown.
I would have done, but Miss Lovelock wouldn't move over. Just winding you up.
Well, you must all realise that it's an old-fashioned system. We'll have to ration ourselves to 5 inches. Do you agree, Mrs. Slocum?
Oh, really, Mr. Rumbold, we had all that during the war, and 5 inches goes nowhere.
Speaking for myself, 4 inches would be more than adequate.
Now, is not the solution merely to provide more hot water?
No, it isn't, Captain Peacock. Me and Mavis were in that woodshed for hours, to-ing and fro-ing with the cross saw yesterday.
And the wood's all gone.
Well, I do not intend for 1 second to give up my usual big bath.
Well, perhaps you'll have to go in the woodshed with Mavis.
Oh, I'll organise a rota for wood duty, and those that want more water can chop more wood.
A point of order, Mr. Rumbold. Is Miss Lovelock entitled to a bath in the main house, seeing as how she's domiciled in the groom's quarters?
Yes, well, we do have a bit of a demarcation problem there.
I'm sure Captain Peacock will help her fill her quota.
Or share his bath.
Well, it's only fair if, as he says, he has an unusually big one.
Yes, well, what I wanted to discuss, now that we've dealt with the urgent matter of the bath water, is that I have received a phone call from the travel agent who booked the American party who are staying with us this weekend as part of their tour of Old England.
Well, they want baths and all.
It seems that the last place they stayed at was a bit below par, They had damp sheets, overgrown gardens, dust and so on all over everything, as a result of which that hotel has been struck off the list. Now, we don't want that to happen to us. They pay very well over £1,000 per weekend, plus tips.
But who are they going to tip? We've got no staff.
Well, we have had some replies, and I shall be interviewing some of the applicants this afternoon. Meanwhile, time is short. I think we should buckle to and get this place ship-shape and Bristol fashion.
Oh, does that mean calling back Miss Lovelock?
I have made out a suggested list of tasks. Captain Peacock, would you be good enough to deal with the lawns?
Well, the lawns are rather extensive. I hope you're not expecting me to mow them single-handed.
Perhaps you could get Miss Lovelock to harness up her horse.
Miss Brahms, it has not escaped my attention that you have been implying that I'm attracted to Miss Lovelock in some way. Overt references to sharing my bath. Uncalled for remarks, Mrs. Slocum, about older men and younger women. Not to mention big ones. All this has not escaped my attention. And let me state, here and now, that I was just showing the ordinary courtesy expected of a gentleman towards a,
Good-looking bird.
towards a well-bred young lady who did, let us face it, look after Mr. Grace in his, let us say,
Reclining years.
I think you've made your point, Captain Peacock. I'm sure no offence was intended, and there is a ride-on mower.
Captain Peacock, on behalf of Miss Brahms and myself, may I say that no offence was intended. Isn't that right, Miss Brahms?
Yes. We're just amazed you can still pull.
Well, I would like to say here and now that remarks have been made about me and Miss Moultard. And I don't mind a bit.
Well, if that's settled, can we get on?
Yes, of course. Now, weeds, Mr. Humphreys.
I beg your pardon.
Weed the beds.
Oh, it's a long time since I did that.
And, while you're about it, cut some flowers for Mrs. Slocum to arrange.
Oh, roses would be nice, Mr. Humphreys.
You'll find secateurs in the shed.
if not, there'll be non-secretaries. Nobody got that, did they?
Perhaps you could try it on Miss Lovelock. Sorry.
Now, Miss Brahms, could you vacuum the carpet and the stairs? Do the dusting. Oh, and the sheets came back from the laundry still a little on the damp side. Perhaps you could hang them out to air. Oh, and make sure that there is soap, towels and loo rolls in the bathroom. Perhaps you could
hang
clean up
on
a bit in the
minute.
kitchen.
I'm not bleeding Cinderella.
Perhaps we could watch our language, Miss Brown.
Well, he gets on my wick.
No. You're quite right, Miss Brahms. I was overloading you. Perhaps Mr. Humphreys could deal with the kitchen. With Miss Moultard? And Mrs. Slocum, perhaps you could help with the sheets.
Ian, what about the vacuuming?
Could you help with that too, Mrs. Slocum?
I am not lugging a great big vacuum up all those stairs, and I am unanimous in that.
No. It's not a big one. It's only a junior goblin. I'm sure the gentleman... Mr. Humphreys, could you manage a junior goblin up the stairs?
Ah, Miss Lovelock. That's a fine animal.
Yes, she's got a lot of Arab in her. Makes her a bit wild.
Oh, well, yes, that's only to be expected.
Fortunately, I have very strong thighs. I can crush the breath out of her and slow her down.
That sort of control must be invaluable. I wonder if you could tell me where the mower is. I'm going to manicure the lawn.
Of course. I'll come along with you and help to get you going.
Hasn't it got a starter?
Just needs a strong pull.
I shall follow your technique with interest.
You are tall, aren't you?
Oh, just 6'2". As a matter of fact, I'm the same height as Ramon Navarro.
Who's he?
Oh, just one of those new rock singers.
Oh, Mr. Humphreys, don't tell me you just cut all those flowers for me.
Well, I've certainly just cut them.
Oh, they're lovely. Here, have you ever rotted a drain?
No, but I've dealt with my mother's kitchen sink with a rubber plunger.
Well, you stick this thing in and shove it up and down. I think there's a dead rat down there. I'll go and put your lovely flowers in a bucket.
You've got a natural talent for that.
And it's my first time.
Oh, it's a really good drying day, Miss Brahms. All we have to do is just peg them out on the line and the breeze will do the rest.
Yes, well, usually I just take them down the laundrette. By the time I've done Tesco's, they're all finished.
You're living in the country now, Miss Brahms.
Oh. Well, shall I get a ladder? It's a bit high, isn't it?
Oh, silly girl. Ah, old-fashioned but effective. You know, we've got to learn to do things for ourselves now.
Yes, well, I suppose I've always been lucky. There's always been some fella there to do things for me. Well, until recently.
Whatever happened to that man with the amusement arcade in Newport Pagnell?
Oh, well, he got hit by the recession. And then by his wife, when she found out about me.
Oh, was that the time in that hotel in...
Yes.
When you were caught in the fire escape in United?
Yes.
Could they tell it was you in the photo?
No. But they could see it was him when he was climbing out the window with his leg over.
Miss Brahms, how long was it?
Oh, we were together for 5 years, every Tuesday.
Well, you mustn't give up hope, you know. I mean, you're still a very attractive person.
Oh, thank you.
When you do yourself up. You've got a lot to offer.
Yes, well, unless they've got some lolly, I'm not offering it.
You know, between you and me, I'm keeping an eye open on my own behalf.
Oh?
Well, there are a lot of men of property about in this part of the country, and if I find one, I shall pounce.
Yeah. Do you want me to help you put it up?
Oh, thank you, Miss Brahms. There, they'll dry in no time. Well, we better go and tackle the interior.
Yeah, you know that Mr. Moulturd, he's got his eye on you.
No, don't think I haven't noticed, Miss Brahms. Now, you know I'm not snobbish, but he's a bit below my station.
Real son of the soil, isn't he?
Most of it's under his fingernail. Don't answer him, Miss Brahms.
That's the throttle, that's the clutch. Careful with the throttle, it's a bit sticky.
Where's the brake?
There isn't one. Start her up.
Oh, yes. Oh, right. I suppose there's a knack.
It just needs a quick pull. Allow me. Get on. Now just release the clutch and away you go.
See you later.
You're going too fast. Turn at the top and come back the other way.
I say, you, Nigel Mansell. No need to mow the verges. The council do that. Madcap.
Oh, Mr. Humphreys, you're bringing that floor up a fair treat.
I think I've got housemaid's knee.
Dear, have you had it before?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. I got it in my hand. My mother had quite a shock.
You need a rest. Give me a hand with the stew.
Oh, right.
Right, now we've done the carrots and the parsnips. Give me a hand with the onions.
What do we do?
Peel them and chop them. Dip them in the water. You don't get them in your eyes so much.
Oh, my mother used to do that.
You talk about your mother a lot. When did you finally leave home?
Thursday.
Have you never been married?
No, never. No, I never found Miss Right.
Sounds like your life's been a bit lonely.
Well, yes, I suppose so. Still, I've had a good life. I've had some lovely Christmases. I got a lot of cards. And the milkman and the dustman used to come in and they'd have a drink and tell a few jokes. We did laugh. I've been on some nice holidays as well. I used to go to Weston-super-Mare, paddle, listen to the band. I often used to think to myself, why are the people having as much fun?
Well, it's nice to have happy memories you can laugh about. I've had a lovely life here in the country. And it's been a lot happier since you've been here.
Are them flowers heavy?
Pardon?
I said, are them flowers heavy?
Miss Brahms, if you are inferring that I am not pulling my weight, may I remind you that I have vacuumed this entire room while you were unwrapping loo rolls, which was hardly exhausting. But I don't think these carpets will need doing again in a hurry. Most of the pattern went up the pipe.
Well, what you've done to that vacuum, there's hardly any sap left. I've had the same dead moth up the nozzle 3 times, keeps falling out.
If you ask me, the sooner the staff get here, the better. Well, I must congratulate you on the stew, Mr. Humphreys. Mind you, the gravy was a bit salty.
We cried a lot into the onions.
I should like to congratulate you all on your efforts this morning. The flower arrangements looked particularly effective, Mrs. Slocum, and the carpet came up remarkably well.
Yeah, most of it came up the vacuum.
I am not, however, so pleased about the lawns. The stripes should go up and down, not round and round in a...
That was the second time the throttle stuck.
I also had a complaint that you were seen driving the mower on the public highway.
That was the first time the throttle stuck.
There is also the question of what you intend to do about the hole in the hedge.
I have a suggestion about that.
Oh, what is that, Captain Peacock?
I'm going to suggest that you get out there and stuff it up yourself.
Captain Peacock, I'm not used to being spoken to like that.
Then you better get used to it. We're not in the store now, you know.
Now then, that's enough of that bickering. Cross words make cross faces, and we don't want them at the table. And you, Mr. Rumbold, what do you mean by leaving those potatoes? We're not having saucy plates round here. Waste not, want not. Now eat them up, or you'll get no pudding. Don't you talk with your mouth full. You should do a bit more work round here. Mr. Humphreys nearly done himself in rodding this morning.
Is there anything you wish to say, Mr.
I think I'll have Mr. Rumbold's potato.
Sorry to burn, Jim, when you got your snouts in the trough. I've just come to tell you that I'm real cut up about them sheets.
Oh, I suppose it wasn't really your fault.
Well, I've hosed hot water in the cow's drinking trough, put the sheets in to soak.
Now, which sheets are those?
Mrs. Slocum and I hung them out to air, and he ran over them in a tractor.
And why wasn't I informed?
Because you were too busy poking your nose into the hole in the hedge.
You start again, you'll get no pudding either.
Mr. Moulton, was the tank clean?
Oh, yes. I hosed it out with sheet dip. And then I put in one of them detergents like they has on television. All they need now is a good stir to get the tire marks out.
Oh, we'd better go and see what he's done.
There it is.
Well, it's a horse trough.
Well, that's
That's what we use in the country when there's a big job.
Of course, we used to do it in the stream till Sir Robert let his cows pat in it. Mind you, that stream still brings my trousers up a tree.
Oh, we're lucky we've got all this modern equipment.
Well, it's no good you all looking at it. Mr. Humphries, Captain Peacock, take your shoes and socks off. Roll up your trousers. And get in and tease all the dirt out.
What are we supposed to do?
Tuck your skirts in your knickers. Oh, why should you worry? I've seen it all before.
You have not seen it all before!
Teasling's good fun.
Oh, yes, come on in. The water's lovely and warm.
Well, you can't teasel without a teasling song.
Dad's known all over the district for his teasling. I knew you'd be a good sport and join in.
1, 2, 3, 4. Teasel Dublin, teasel Dean, teasel two, it's time for tea. Teasel left and teasel right, till the sheets are nice and white. All together.
Teasel Dublin, teasel Dean, teasel till it's time for tea.
Teasel left and teasel right, teasel till the sheets are white.
Catchy little thing, isn't it?
The dirt and out the stain, till it's teasing time again. Teasel up and teasel down, makes your trousers nice and brown.
Nah, that'll do.
Well, they're still a bit damp.
They'll dry off on the rack.
Still a faint aroma of sheep dip.
Bounce some air freshener on them.
Oh, that's a good idea, Miss Brahms. Now, what shall we have? Evening Dew or Autumn Verbena Surprise?
Don't use that one, it's oven cleaner. We don't want to go teasling again.
Stand back.
I have good news. Some applicants have arrived for the staff appointments. Captain Peacock, are you free to interview?
I shall be in a moment.
Well, I'll finish these off. You run along, Mr. Humphries, and do your interviewing. Off you all go. I'll have a nice cup of tea waiting for you when you've done.
We'll interview them in the main hall. This is now a matter of some urgency, as Mr. Frobisher of the travel agency is arranging for a photographer to come tomorrow morning to take a picture of the staff for the new brochure.
Off you,
Now, before we start, can we all agree what sort of qualities we're looking for?
Hard workers.
And they must have good references.
And they must be game for a teasel.
They must be cheap.
Mr. Moultard is holding them back in the billiard room.
How many are there?
At the moment, 2. Could we have the first one, Mr. Moultard?
Mrs. Cleghampton!
Mrs. Cleghampton. Mrs. Cleghampton is applying for the post of chambermaid.
Good afternoon. Do sit down.
Perhaps you'll give us your CV.
You what?
Your CV.
No. I'm a lapsed Catholic.
What was your last position?
I was in Madame Tussauds for 10 years.
What section did they put you in?
Historical. There's not a monarch hasn't had my feather duster up his regalia. I was there for 10 years and I ended up in a chamber of horrors.
Bride in the bath.
Did you leave of your own volition?
No, I left the ambulance. I get these dizzy spells, you see.
Are you acquainted with a vacuum cleaner?
Oh, yes, but I don't do stairs.
What about washing up?
No, I can't put my hands in detergent. They all come up.
Can you make beds?
Oh, yes, but I can't change sheets and pillowcases. When I was younger, I used to trap the pillow under me chin. but since I had my operation, I'm not...
Yes, well, thank you, Mrs. Beghampton. I think what we have in mind for you is perhaps too arduous.
Good afternoon.
I don't think she's going to make it to the door.
Oh, Mr. Rumbold, be gentle with her.
Of course. Next! Oh, the next one is Mr. Volpone. He's been a first-class waiter for 30 years in Bristol, Manchester, Glasgow, London and Edinburgh.
In hotels?
Restaurant cars, British Rail.
Mavis got the tea made, and Mr. Volpone's just waiting to demonstrate his skill by bringing it to you.
30 years as a restaurant car attendant's a pretty good recommendation. Show him in.
Mr. Volpone!
I think he's been shunted into a siding.
Any more for the first sitting? Mind the doors. I ought to mention that the uniform goes with the job.
He's got yesterday's lunch menu down here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Volpone. We'll let you know.
I'm on the 8:45 to Edinburgh, but you can get in touch with me at Darlington because the station master there will hold a board up with a message on it, but don't make it too long. It's an express.
That's it then.
Oh, I'm Frobisher, the travel agent. I'm sorry, but I couldn't get the photographer for tomorrow, so he'll be here at 6 o'clock this evening. Had the staff standing by about 5:02. Sorry, mustache. The place is looking first class. Love the whirly effect on the lawn.
Well, Mr. Rumbold?
I don't see how we can open without a staff.
But if we don't open, we don't cop the lolly.
You better get off your backside, son, hadn't you?
That does it. You're all arguing again. You'll get no supper. Except for you, Mr. Humphries. You and me'll have a little nibble upstairs.